let's start it up. Let's see what's going on here. What's good, y'all? I'm back over here with a new video, and I hope everybody's having a good day, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever it is. And I'm just here in my garage, as you guys can see. I'm here with a new video. I want to give you guys an update on what I did on the red hatch as far as the wiring and the cutoff switch in the back bumper. I'll show you guys right now what I'm talking about. So let me give you guys an update. There it is. So I'm sorry it's dirty. I haven't got around to getting it washed, but yeah, see it here. Alright, so quick rundown. Last time you guys saw me, the dash was out. I painted the structure. I just cleaned up a lot of the wiring. So right now, everything's back together. I put some plastics back on. I think it looks better with a few plastics in here. So the gauges are back on. Down here, I organized the wiring as much as I could. Oh, I gotta snip this wire tie here, but you can see everything's organized up the dash, all loomed up real nice with some cloth tape. It's nice and black. I installed the dash back on. I put the factory seats for now because the Kirky I won't be putting on until I get the cage done. So I think the seats is good for now, just to drive around in the street, because I do drive in the street, so it ain't no trailer queen. So let me get in here. So we got the switch panel here. Also I did a custom let me bend this up, see if I can give you a better look. I did a custom fuse panel with the relays on top. The wiring I organized a little bit, but I need to get a bracket done for the fuse panel, so it can basically, let me see if I can get in here. Basically, it'll stand up straight up here. I have a new V2, which I'll be tuning on. And this is what it looks like back here. I still got to strap a few more wires, but for the most part, it's all done. I took some of this wire in here, all the way through here. So this is it. This is the Viva one. This is what I got running now, so I can turn the car on, and drive. And nothing fancy, just a stage and brake, K-tune shifter. So let me show you guys how's it working now. Show you guys the switch panel, the cutoff switch. So what I managed to do was I threw a 2-gauge, a 0-gauge lead, a welding lead from the battery all the way back to the switch here. If you're looking here, you can see the wires. See how thick they are. Make sure you always use a thick gauge wire when you're running any 12 volt for a long distance from like the front to the back of the car. So right here we have the on and off switch. So what we do here is turn this on. Walk over to the front. Now we got power on the fuse on the fuse panel. So then we come here. We're gonna hit the ignition. This turns on all the gauges. You can see the gauges. I got the boost, oil pressure, and air fuel ratio. Then we go over here. Second button is the fuel pump. I don't know if you guys can hear the fuel pump there. And the third one will be for a fan, and then maybe in the future this one will be for the lights, and this will just be an auxiliary one. So for now I just got the ignition and the fuel pump. The fan is still running off the ECU, so I'll take care of that later on. But let's start it up. Let's see what's going on here. Still have to wire up the RPM. I'm not getting any RPM, so I'll have to find the output on the ECU. But for the most part, it turns on with the switch panel. Everything's in order here. I put some Downstar titanium burnt steering wheel bolts. I think it gives it a better look. Looks a bit exotic. So yeah, this is it right now as far as wiring. So the next thing I'm gonna do, which I got the package here. I received the package maybe like 2 days ago. So this is why I brought you guys along today on this video. Wow, it's hard to get out that car. What I want to do is I'm gonna be doing the Speedfactory Detent springs for the tranny. These supposed to, like, you know, give you like a better shifter feel, and every time you put the car in gear, it's supposed to lock it in better. The factory springs, they're a bit softer than this, so we're gonna get under the car and we'll be putting these on today. I got another thing, which is the LED lighting for it also, because I mean the car's so nice. I painted the car, I did everything I wanted to do to the car so far, so I think LED lights would complement it. These are just the name brands I like to use. I use aux beam for the headlight. Let me open this up here for you. These are the headlight bulbs. I already switched one just because I was desperate to see what it looked like. But I got these on the EG Coupe also. They work great. This little thing here, you unscrew it, well unlatch it. Let's see if I can get it off. It's hard with one hand. So the way you do this is you install this first inside the headlight. You can see it there. And then this has like these little nipples which you slide in and twist, and it locks it right in place. It's so much easier to do it like this than to try to fight with like the H4 bracket. You know, I got that little metal bracket, so it's just I like the way it's designed. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I like the way they work. So aux beam for the headlights. Then I'm loving these 194 bulbs for like the license plate light from Last Fit. They just are basically, I found all of this on eBay, so I love the way they work. They bright and they get the job done. I'm gonna show you guys in a little bit once I get it all switched out. So these here, these gonna be for reverse. So if you can see, they got a bunch of LEDs there with a like a magnifying glass and white LEDs all around. These will be for the reverse lights. They're from Oxito. And the signal, rear signal, I have these in the front also. I have put them on because I had the bumper off and I had to put the bumper on. So I already installed these in the front, but I'm gonna show you guys once I put the front and back. But these right here, they're super bright, amber. They have a built-in resistor inside, so you don't have to use those like funny plugs with the bronze resistor. So these here, they work great. They get the job done, and you don't have to worry about putting any resistors. They basically plug and play. And they also got the magnifying glass in the front. That's about it. And if we have some time, I have some little goodies for the coupe. We're gonna be changing some of the 10 millimeters in the engine bay, and replacing them with these washers. Let me take one out, show you guys. Replacing them with these washer bolts, dress-up washers. I think it'll look good. Try to put this in here while on camera. This is gonna be a challenge. Let me see if I can get it done. Yeah, it's not happening. So these are them. So I'm gonna clean up the engine bay a little bit on the coupe too if I get a chance. I just want to do that because I got a surprise for you guys. I'll be telling you exactly what build I'm doing and how I'm doing it, but that's for another video. For now, let's get started and let's put the detent springs on. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, so for this install of the detent springs, if you go underneath the car on B series transmissions, there's 2 screws here, 1 and 2. They both 12 millimeter socket. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove each screw carefully, because the factory spring has like this little ball bearing on the top of it, and that's what slides on the shift forks. So we got to be very careful we don't lose that little ball bearing. Each screw has one inside, so let's get to that. Crack this one loose. Let me crack this one. They both loose now, so now you can take it out with your hand. Hopefully no fluid comes out of here. Here goes. Here comes the first one. Oh, you see it? There it goes. So this is what the screw has. Hold on one second. Let me get this ball bearing that far. So when you take out the screw, it should look something like this. It has a ball bearing, which is on top. Make sure you do not lose this. This is very crucial. And then it has a spring right inside. This is the spring that we'll be exchanging for the Speedfactory one. So let's put this aside. The little ball bearing. I'll show you guys back on the bench, on the table, once I get this out. Let me take off the next one. Take this one off. You guys see it? Oh, some oil came out of this one, so let me try to plug this back up. Shouldn't be a lot though. Let me just plug it up. So it does leak out oil off of this one, so we're gonna install the other one and then we'll come back and do this one. I don't want so much oil leaking out. So you see, again, spring and the little ball bearing. So let's go back to the table. I'll show you guys exactly what you have to do. Okay, so this is very simple. When you take out the screws from under the tranny, you have this screw here, right? Has this spring right inside. Nothing holds it. There's no clip. There's nothing on it. Right? What you want to do is, this little spring comes with this little ball on it like this. When the shift fork moves, this is what locks the nut and the spring to the shift fork, this little ball. I don't know if you ever seen a shift fork. It has like an indent on it. So when that indent passes through the ball locks in. So what the Speedfactory spring does is, it pushes this ball with a lot more pressure into the shift fork. So instead of just touching like this, it's pushing with a lot more force, which in returns, when you lock the gear in, when you switch a gear and the gear locks in, this locks it in tighter. So you won't have like a pop out, or if you just touch it barely, it'll pop out. You won't have anything like that. So what you do is, let's open this up. And this is really cheap. They're about 25 bucks, 20 bucks, 25 bucks, something like that. So let's open this up. So we got our first spring. We're gonna compare it to the stock spring. This is the stock spring right here. Put this bearing here, make sure it don't get lost. Very important you don't lose that. And this is the Speedfactory spring. If you can see here, the Speedfactory one is even taller, so which means it has more coils, more pressure. Also, let me see if there's a difference in thickness. There's a big difference in thickness also. Look, show you guys now. See the difference in thickness? Hold on, let me get this to focus. Right there. See the difference? Then look at the difference in pressure. Big difference. So, what you'll do is, you're gonna grab the factory one, take it out, and you're gonna install it inside the shaft of the screw. Right there. And then you'll replace the ball bearing right on top. And you reinstall the screw just like that. It's that simple. So, I'll be right back with you guys. Let me get under the car and finish this job. Now we're back under the car. We're gonna begin by installing our first screw. See the spring, the little ball bearing? You go right back on here. Tighten this back up. Hand tight for now. Then we're going to continue. We're going to remove the next screw. Remember, this is the one that's leaking a little bit of oil, so I'm going to try to be ready to change the spring and the bearing as quick as possible. So, oh. Spring in here, ball. We're gonna go back in there, just like this. What a mess I made! Oh my God! It's alright. I'll clean it up. So again, I'll hand tighten it. For now, take my hand a little bit. Guys, see how clean that oil is? That's how everybody's oil should be. Make sure you always change your oil on your tranny also. Now, I don't know the specific torque spec on this here, but I'll torque it down just like if it would have been the oil draining screw. Make sure you don't want to. Definitely don't want to over tighten this. It's aluminum and it'll strip. It'll strip so fast you won't even know it. I just hand tight it, wrist tight. That should be good enough. And there you go. That's the detent spring. It's that simple. Or you guys could do it at home. It's not no rocket science. And for the price, I don't think it's that bad. So let me take you guys inside. Let's see how that shifter feel now. Let's see how the shifter's feeling now. See the difference. Oh yeah. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it locks in so much better. Oh yeah, definitely. Not bad for 20-something bucks. It feels, you can feel a big difference actually. The sun's killing me. But I don't know if you guys can hear it, but see how it locks? It actually holds the gear in there really, really tight. Nah, definitely worth it. Definitely. So there you have it. Speedfactory detent springs. I did this like maybe not even 10 minutes. It's any one of you guys could do it. So if I was you and you had the 20 bucks, 25 bucks to spare, 30 bucks, I say it's a no-brainer. So if I was you guys, I'll change the detent springs. Definitely a nice upgrade for the price. Can't go wrong. It feels really good. So I can't complain. But without further ado, let's get started with the lights. Let's do the LED bulbs. And oh, it's hot. Oh my God, it's hot in New York today. Let's get started with the bulbs. So give me 1 second. So we're gonna start with the install of this bad boy in here. So let me just put this aside and let's remove the factory bulb. It's gonna be a plug here. You'll remove for the headlight. It's also gonna be like a rubber, like a sealant that seals the headlight. I think I'll be cutting this in a few because once you put the bulb in, it's a little too small for it to seal around the bulb. I left the other one out just to show you guys when I got this side done. So let's take out the factory bulb. We'll get to this in a little bit. So for these bulbs, there's like a small little bracket. Let's see, right over here. Push that bracket and it swings out and the bulb comes right out. It's that simple. This bulb looks horrible. So now what we do is this here. Now I can show you guys what I was saying earlier. This twists off. So what you have to do is you'll actually put this on and then you install the bulb. So we're gonna put this on in here. Gonna lock it in place. Then we're gonna swing over the bracket. Lock the bracket in place also. There we go. Now it's solid. Now take the bulb. It has these two little indents here, or two little locking pins. And we're gonna insert the bulb. We're gonna find where the pins go in. So right here is a smooth. So once those pins go in, you're just gonna turn right, half a turn, and that bulb is locked in. Now we're gonna put this on. And we're gonna connect it. Tuck it out the way, somewhere over here. And voila, it's on. Now, let's get to this. So you can see it won't fit over the little fan that the LED bulb got. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this out in order for it to be able to slip right over the bulb. So let's get to that and let's finish this install. The last thing, we gotta see if this bad boy turns on. So let's turn it on. Give me a second. Turn on the ignition. Turn on the headlight. It's hard to see because of the sunlight, but it's definitely on. But right now, it's going to be very difficult to see. I'll show you guys when it gets a bit darker, so like that you guys can see what it looks like. The front LEDs are also in there, but with this sunlight on it, it's going to be near impossible to see it. So let's go to the back. Let's get the back done now. Guys, Let me show you guys from the outside how it looks. A second. Let's put the hazards on, reverses on. Let me show you guys. That's how it's looking. What do you guys think? See how it blinks nice and slow? I think it looks good. I'll try to get you guys a view at it a little, when it gets a little darker. Or maybe once I drive it into the garage. I think it looks real good. Gives it more like a modern look. So that's basically it. Okay, so last but not least, we still have to do, hold on, Chopper, y'all know the name. We have to do the license plate lights. Almost forgot about that, so I'll get that done for you guys right now. Let me give you guys a before, what they look like. And then I'm gonna give you guys an after. So they look like before. Yellow candle looking. So, give you guys an after. Give me a second, let me just swap them out. Okay, so I'm done with all the LED lights. I'm gonna show you guys the after now. I know I showed you the reverse and the signal, so here's the license plate light. You guys see the difference? From the little candle bulbs? Big difference. Those little bulbs. So, the license plate. First, the LED. Got the LED in the front also. It's hard to see with the sun, the headlights, but they're there. So now we all LED'd out.